So as a DJ, you know, one of the very first things you want to do is, you know, let's say for example, you want to learn how to actually mix, right? And then after you learn how to mix, now you want to learn how to play different types of music, you know. So as you mix reggae, you mix hip hop, you mix soca, you know, Latin, Afro, and so forth, right? Dancehall, everything, obviously. Then it's, you want to be able to scratch, you know, different variations, and there's, you know, level 1 all the way up to like level 10 scratches in terms of things you can do, you know. And then after that, it's like, all right, I want to be on radio. You know what I'm saying? That's a dream, you know, as a DJ. I want to be able to do what I'm doing right now. All these things, he's scratching, is playing music. I want to be able to do that on the airwaves, you know, depending on what era you come from. And then after that, he's like, I want to do, you know, stage shows, festivals, you know, stadiums, you know, and yacht parties, weddings, and the appetite grows. But then it comes to a point where you start to realize that you have a knack for a specific thing in those things that you experience. And yeah, I definitely today dawned on what one of mine's were in terms of, like, you know, my knack. And if you think about the brands and the names that I'm associated with, you know, heavy hitters, Bel Air, We the Best, Lux Boys, Exo Management, you know, Fergie and Springer, King Tribes, Stay in Your Lane, you know, FWM. It's always words, it's always names, it's always things that mean things. And when I look at the run in terms of my experiences and again goals and desires, it's like everything I just named. It's like damn, I've done all of those things, you know, within a 25-year span. But this FWM one, this one right here, is like this the Nike, you know, because this one has so many layers to it that I'm realizing today, like all the things I just named, all the experience I just named, is built into this brand. And it's obviously not only just a brand that built brands, but, you know, we show you in multiple ways how we align ourselves with things and people and other brands. Again, that's part of what my DJing is, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, in my opinion, look at DJing as just playing the music. It's like you're a personality if you get to radio, you know, if you get on TV, you know, like my boy DJ Booth did, and get on tour with like Nicki Minaj, you know, the demand of his skill set to perform is at a high level. And again, those experiences then now apply to other aspects of his life, and a lot of people don't really look at it just that way. But again, for me, saying it that way is my way of just kind of, you know, sharing my transparent thoughts in terms of, like, from my experiences for the past 25 years, now 26 years, going on 26 years as a DJ. I think back to the very first time I was able to play music in a public place, which was at my junior high school prom, and those times gave me the opportunity to realize, like, it's not about what I want to play, you know. Thinking back at those experiences and those times. And again, that's before the 25 years that I'm actually counting, because I was actually learning from like 90s in the 90s all the way up, and then like in the 2000s when I really was outside actually DJing for parties and stuff in New York City. That's where I started. So again, just kind of documenting this. Again, I don't know if I'm going to share this on social media with anybody at any point in time, but I just wanted to put it in my phone that, again, you know, when you think of your experience and the things that I've aligned myself with from a branding standpoint, again, when you think of the people in those spaces, the rooms that I've been in, the people that I've learned from, because I that's the most important key for me, is that, like, you know, the people that I've learned from, like I've been able to say, you know, shout out to my homegirl Sharice from Brooklyn. Like when she was in college, she invited me up to her school up in Philly. Shout out to everybody in Philly. And that was my first time getting to hear Kid Capri play live. And there was another legendary DJ that's up there. I can't remember his name right now, but the one that he's vision impaired. Everybody knows who I'm talking about. You could comment him, tag him, please. Shout out to him too. He spun that night. And again, those were experiences that I got, again, through relationships from somebody in church, to get to hear the big DJs play. And that gave an experience for me that impacted the way that I saw I needed to perform at a high level at a very young age. You know, I wasn't even in college. You know what I'm saying? I was still in high school. But I'm in college with my homegirl because she's a few years older than me. And yeah, I got to experience that at a young age. And that from then gave my performance style, the way I speak, the type of performance that I would want to give a crowd, came from being able to be in those spaces and being on block parties where a sound system is strung up and there's nobody on the block, but that sound system is bringing everybody to that block and building a vibe till 5, 6 in the morning back in those times in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not an easy thing to do. And to be able to be young, living in those environments in Crown Heights and getting to hear those sound systems do those things live, you get to see the real task as being a DJ. Because, you know, when you're infatuated with being a performer, you don't think of the length and how much music you really need to know to actually play music for a crowd for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Like, you know, when you're first starting, you're never really thinking about, like, I need to know 1,000 songs. I need to know every word. I need to know that this crowd is gonna know these songs. Like, to develop that skill set, it takes a lot of experience and practice. And like I said, fortunate for me, I've been blessed with experiences, like I said, from the 90s in New York City all the way up to the 2008, 2009, then coming to South Florida and then getting to experience South Florida dancehall culture. And I'm talking from top hop days, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about from even the club in the corner where you used to have when even from Fire Monday days, you know what I'm saying? Like, from dumb times. And I'm talking about Fire Mondays where off of 183rd, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was DJing on Mix 96 when Walshy Fire and I was on Mix 96, you know what I'm saying? When Josh Stream and, you know, Six Pack and all of those guys was running the place. I can't remember everybody's name, but from, you know, Madhouse at Virginia K Beach, I was blessed to experience that with Fergie and build a great experience in South Florida culture. So I was able to build a brand, you know, with EXO and the whole team. And again, those experiences put me in rooms that allowed me to see performance at a high level for a long period of time. So my whole point of this whole conversation is just, or this recording is, again, being able to show my clear understanding of the value that I bring in terms of entertainment, not only from just what I'm able to do, but also from the experiences that I've had at a high level for a long period of time. It definitely is, like I said, getting back to my point, it is what is fueling this FWM thing that you about to see. Like I said, this is our Nike, and what you about to see, God willing, yeah, comes from, again, a lot of experience. And today, the first day of 2026, I'm thankful. I am truly thankful for the experiences, every last one of them, you know what I'm saying? Because obviously everything wasn't good all the time, you know, and even those things were lessons that I've learned. So yeah, I'm truly thankful for today. I'm thankful to be alive. And yeah, man, let's get this day started and stay blessed.
FWM department, DJ Springer.